I stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we got one of my favorite, now actually my favorite, and some of your guys' favorite series on the channel, and that is the State of the Saints heading into Week 9. We cover a lot of important things on State of the Saints that we really don't give individual topics, like the standings of the NFC South, the injuries that the Saints are facing heading into Week whatever. Of this case, it's of course Week 9. And just a lot of things that need to be talked about that we usually don't talk about in preview and predictions and other videos like that. So appreciate you guys stopping by today. I'm going to go ahead and give you a friendly reminder that if you are new, to please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Dude, we are 3 subscribers away from hitting 8,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I never would have thought we would have got this far. Literally just sitting here reporting on the Saints, and I'm really happy that you guys have shown me the amount of love that you have, because, dude, I wouldn't trade this little community we got going for the world. I appreciate you guys with all of my heart, and I'm excited to hit 10,000 here in a while. That's been the goal since this channel started, and the fact that it's coming into fruition is pretty insane. So, yeah. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get into State of the Saints heading into Week 9. And I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to physical therapist Nos. It's been a while since we've talked to physical therapist Nos. It was back then when we thought that we were getting a lot of players back after the bye week, and then a lot of them just didn't come back or sucked when they did come back. But we have another visit with physical therapist Nos, and I think it's a pretty good one for today. So let's go ahead and talk. What's up, everybody? We're here in the physical therapist recovering studio. As you guys know, there's a lot going on with these injuries on this team, and yeah, it's pretty important that we get healthy and stop being a bunch of glass-boned idiots, because it's literally starting to almost cost us games. Luckily, Drew Brees has been pulling stuff out of his ass left and right, and we've been winning miraculously, but he needs his weapons back, and that's why I'm here to talk to you guys today. I have been training with these players and getting their bodies back into form. So, that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the New Orleans Saints injury report heading into Week 9. First player you got on here, it's kind of a big one and scared the shit out of a lot of people, but has proved to be quite meaningless. And that's quarterback Drew Brees, who's limited again today, second day in a row, because of a shoulder injury. Now, I'm telling you guys right now, he's 100% okay. He will play this Sunday. He was playing against the Chicago Bears with a tape on his right shoulder, so it's really nothing to sit here and scream and cry about. He was missing some throws that he should have made. A couple of his throws were underthrown, but he will be fine this week. He will be playing against Tampa Bay. I think Sean Payton would rather sell his soul than bench Drew Brees because of an injury that he can and will be playing through. The next player we got on this list is guard Nick Easton, who's full in more ways than one. He's fat as hell, but I mean, he's an offensive lineman. The next player we got on this list is wide receiver Marquez Callaway. This is a good and big one right here. Marquez Callaway was full practice for the first time since his injury against the Carolina Panthers. He no longer has any injury designation, so with that being said, he is good to go for this week's matchup versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cornerback Justin Hardy was also on this list. He did not practice because of a groin injury. Next one's pretty big as well. That's running back Alvin Kamara. A lot of people literally shit bricks when they seen that Alvin Kamara was on this list, and for good reason. He has been our workhorse back, a better Christian McCaffrey for us over the past couple of weeks, and has really been as important to this offense this year as Michael Thomas was last year. He was full practice. He no longer has an injury designation. He only had one because of a bruise on his foot, a bruise on a bone in his foot. It was a bone bruise, so he's no longer has an injury designation. He practiced fully today and will be playing versus Tampa Bay. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins didn't practice. He will be missing 3 to 4 weeks. And then the last player we have on the injury report was wide receiver Michael Thomas. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, was he fooled? No. He practiced limited again today because of his ankle/hamstring injuries. We will see tomorrow if he's a full practice. If he is, then that's huge for him playing against Tampa Bay. That pretty much means it's set in stone. He will play. Limited right now, I'd give it a 50-50, maybe a 60-40. The 60 edging on the side of him playing. I really do think he returns this week. I don't think Sean Payton keeps him out any longer. He's too pivotal to this game right here. I'm pretty sure he will play, but we just don't know at this point. We will have to wait a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and hand it back to normal Nos, where he'll talk to you about some shit that has to do with, I guess, the Saints. Thank you, physical therapist Nos. I appreciate the update. So we got some good and bad news for the New Orleans Saints on this injury report today. Of course, you could see Drew Brees was on there for a shoulder injury, but like physical therapist Nos said, he had his shoulder tape versus Chicago and still played. I'm pretty sure he's going to be just fine. I wouldn't be surprised for him playing. Like I literally do not see a case ever right now that Sean Payton just doesn't play him because of that shoulder problem he's dealing with. It's not serious. It has been regarded to Drew Brees as just something he's dealing with because he's 41. It's not serious. He will be playing this Sunday. Please do not worry about it. With that being said, if he does play, which he will, Drew Brees will be getting Emmanuel Sanders back 100%. Notice how I didn't mention Emmanuel Sanders on the injury report. He's 100% good to go. Cleared for this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No longer has COVID-19. Brilliant. Brilliant. This is so necessary on every sense of the word. Emmanuel Sanders was just getting his chemistry with Drew Brees going and then got COVID. So really good we're getting him back. And yeah, like I said, we couldn't have gone another week without Emmanuel Sanders against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers especially. We will be getting Marquez Callaway back as well, so another target for Drew Brees entering the room. He has a potential to be a breakout star for this team, so really excited to see what Drew Brees does with him. And like I said, there's a big chance that Michael Thomas will come to play, but we just don't know yet. With all of that being said, the injury report covered and all of that, let's hand this off to Wedding Nos as he goes over his Please Be My Husband Players of the Week. Ah, yes. Please Be My Husband Players of the Week. The gayest segment on one of the gayest but not gay sports shows that there are on YouTube. I could be a lot worse. There are some YouTubers that just maybe have to literally pause the video and take a step back every once in a while. But no, I will not do that to you guys. But we still have to talk about who I'm marrying this week. Sure, it's 3 men. But that doesn't matter. Their performances have earned them a wedding ring. And the first player I have on this list is someone who should have been on this list every week up to this point, Alvin Kamara. This dude looked like nothing but someone who deserves a full-service wedding ceremony with me this Sunday. He looked fantastic for the entire season, actually. But I've held him off this list because we all know how good he is, so giving him more spotlight when we give him every spotlight second ever, it seemed like a little bit too extra. But this past week, he was just so good that it would be impossible to not bow down and beg for his hand in marriage because holy shit, he went crazy. Alvin Kamara had 12 rushing attempts for 67 yards on the ground on a 5.6 yard per carry average. He also managed to have 9 receptions for 96 yards, including another reception, which is my hand in marriage. He moved the chains more times than I can count. It was genuinely impressive. Like, seriously, this dude deserves nothing more than to be on this list. Alvin Kamara has been fantastic for the majority of the season, all of this season, and continues to impress us and everybody else who watches the NFL week after week. I have absolutely loved watching every second of him play, because it's just electric. The next Please Be My Husband player we have on this list is Taysom Hill. I know he's Mormon, and because of religious reasons, it will probably be out of the question, but there's absolutely no way I can hold back the proposal I have mustered up over this past week of watching Taysom Hill play football. Sunday against Chicago was probably one of the best games play calling wise I have seen Sean Payton use Taysom Hill in. It was beautiful. He was used as a wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, and everything else to lead us to victory. Taysom had 35 yards on 5 carries on the ground, while also picking up 2 receptions on 2 targets for 30 yards and a receiving touchdown. The receiving touchdown was an impressive 20-yard catch from Drew Brees and was seriously so important to winning this game. I understand Taysom Hill just had a kid, and I apologize to his wife, but me and him are definitely with 100% getting married. let's move on to the next player we have on this list, and it's the final player on this list. Like I said, it's always 3 players, but we do have some honorable mentions. That's Will Lutz. With the performance he had on Sunday, he showed poise and iron gut. It was absolutely fantastic. He didn't get fazed by the situation he was in and still nailed many important kicks. Will was 4 for 5 on Sunday with a long of 39 yards. He also, of course, nailed the 35-yard game winner to put the Saints up 26-23 in a victory over the Chicago Bears. The miss that he did have was because Joe Buck can't shut his damn mouth whenever anyone's on a streak and continuously jinxes people on live TV. Shut the hell up, Joe Buck. Shut the hell up. He was talking about he hasn't missed in 29 straight times, and then he misses. Just shut up. The announcer jinxes are insane, but he still pulled through and nailed that game winner. Will Lutz for sure deserves a spot on Please Be My Husband Players of the Week. The honorable mentions we have here are Marshawn Lattimore, who had an interception. Only reason he wasn't on this list was because of that touchdown he allowed. He almost had a second pick as well, but it just wasn't enough to put him over these 3 dudes on this list. Another one is Cameron Jordan, who had a sack at the end of regulation. But, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this segment on the channel. I'm going to hand it back to regular Nos. Thank you, Wedding Nos, for the beautiful talk on who you are going to marry this week. Some of the players that you have on there, you've been married to twice, so that shit's kind of confusing, but I'm going to go ahead and let you figure that out with your legal team. Right now, we're going to be going over the standings, and it's pretty interesting, and dude, this game means so much to both the Saints and the Buccaneers. I don't even know what to say. The Buccaneers are 6-2 in the lead of the NFC South. They've been in the lead of the NFC South for a few weeks now, and they just haven't let go of it. The Saints are in second place with a 5-2 record. They face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is why I'm saying this is a big game. The Panthers are 3-5, pretty much out of the division race. They were in it for a while, but then shit the bed like 4 continuous times and just haven't done anything to prove that they're more than just a rebuilding, sorry, sad sack of shit franchise. The Atlanta Falcons are 2-6. And that's about it, guys. That's the division here. The Saints have a chance to take it in its entirety against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week, but I'm going to predict we lose 56-0. So Tampa Bay, go ahead and celebrate your victory now. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode on State of the Saints. Go ahead and comment down in the comment section below what you think about your Please Be My Husband Players of the Week and the divisional standings. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you boys in the next one.
0 gravity falling in my first sleep. I stay jump like I'm jumping on a trampoline.